evolution of one Knoxville as a League One club. Tonight's kit for them, going with the retro kit, is an interesting step for them, in my opinion. I'm going to just like kind of pop this up there. It's not quite the same kits that they started off with back in, what was that? Was it year 4 of them being a League One team? I know they did League Two. I can't remember, but they started off strong, like a lot of League Two teams who had made that jump up from League Two up to professional ranks, and they have slowly kind of settled down a little bit. Besides a few really good kits, like last year, I really enjoyed that kit. The spiral, the spear, really amazing. This seems like they decided to go full in on the retro and the vibe that is kicking in into USL. And as Ryan says, their color palette is one of the best in the game. I'm not that blue orange with that like almost like gold and yellow type. Another like basically you have the three different colors of orange which are used in a crest used once again on the kit. I think that is a great color palette to really play with. Hence why I think their away kits they love to use that like orange gold. Really utilize that and really lean into the oranges, where their home kit's primarily the blue. And I think that is a great color palette to play with. So I'm always interested in what they do. I don't overall like their trend going to this retro. I don't think their team who I see that, but hey, could be wrong. I do think ultimately it did turn out well. I like have like their what was it? Mountain kits, I believe from 24, 23. They had like the peaks and the valleys a little bit better than this simple retro kit. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pop up our scores here. So yeah, this one is it's a little too simple for us here at KitSZN. It it is a retro kit and you get what you get, but it just doesn't hit right. I know it probably will look good with a pair of jeans. It's probably what they're going for, or a pair of khakis if you're, from the Midwest, which I love wearing khakis. Um, there's just not much to it. The blue with the oranges, with the three stripe is really cool going vertically this way across. It definitely gives that retro vibe. The two different shades of blue is a nice touch. Especially, it really contrasts the upper part and the bottom part. You really can see that divide and that separation. But besides that, there's nothing on the collar. There's not really much on the cuffs. There's no really subliminal detailing kind of put into the kit. It's just blue. I'm not a big fan of that. So for me here, this one Knox retro kit, I give it a 3 for design aesthetics. I think it gets the job done. I don't mind it. I do enjoy it. It just, I'm a sucker for blue. It works. When you get into kind of their authenticity tradition, I think going retro like this actually kind of negates them. This team in the past has really relied on the city of Knoxville and its environment to really set itself and kind of be a little bit authentic before the Carolina Ascent tried to do something similar with their Mountain to Sea kit or Coastal kit. I can't remember which one it was. And so not seeing the mountains in this, not seeing the spear, I got to learn so much about Knoxville from their kits. This feels like a step backwards by going so simplistic and such a retro vibe with this. I don't like that. So I give it a 2 there from me. Visual details again, and visual details and execution. I give it a solid 3. I don't see anything inherently wrong with this. I just like to see a little bit more of that detailing, like I said, in the cuffs, the collar, in the cuffs, in the collar, and a little bit of that like little extra small detail that you see, like, oh, Maybe there's a little bit of like a little like cool like maybe a gradient, a little bit of a valley in it. No, it's just simply blue. So it doesn't differ for me. And as a result, because they're kind of hopping in on the bandwagon here, also on this retro vibe, I'm real hard in on this one. It's only one for innovation impact. This is not creative to me. It's not innovative. I think it could probably sell well, and I think that they're more than okay with. I just don't think, from a kit perspective, it is quite innovative. I've seen this. This is called the Retro Kit. It's not anything that's new, and not something that's going to set trends like the fallback attack kit from Sacramento Public last year, or the other teams who have gone with that classic route without going full blown retro. So overall, for me, it's a 2.25. It gets the job done. It's their home kit. Not my favorite, but it is what it is. Fox looked at it very similar to I did. 3, design and aesthetics. 2, authenticity, tradition. 3, for the visual details. But differently, he gave it a 0 for innovation impact. Similar feelings that I did, hence why his overall score was a 2.0, giving us here the total of a 2.13. Which then brings us to its kit value. So given that we as individuals who are not associated with the one Knoxville, and the reigning League One champions here, being rated at $120 in their shop, and you get something like this design wise, we don't see a lot of kit value in that. So we did a 17.71 kit value. It still might be good humble quality for that price point. I'd hope so. We just don't think the design aspect is worth a kit collector's collection in our perspective, especially with the 17.71. It's too low and it's too high price. It just doesn't work for us. So we expected more from one Knoxville, and this is a bit of a downgrade. But yeah, this has been the one Knoxville, the retro kit for 2026, their home kit.